Okay, a pleasant good Monday morning, Monday afternoon, sorry, to our loyal viewers, our loyal listeners, and those of you who are locked on to our program, Hard Facts, that is aired on this beautiful station, Sentinel Media Broadcasting. My friends, again, those of you who are locked on and you are watching our program, I know for a fact that many of you, last program that we had, that was on Saturday, pertaining to that Bridal Road Bridge. Many of you call and you express your reasons for being, at this point in time, very, very much angry. And it is 1 week that have already left us in the true sense of the words. And we are going to really and truly look into that Bridal Road Bridge and really and truly take some sort of initiative to see how those residents that are living on the Bridal Road itself, who have business and so forth, can be assisted by the relevant agencies. And that's the call that we made, asking the MP for Shawanas East as well as the MP for Shawanas West to render some assistance where it is in a great dire need at this point in time. So again, my friends, those of you who are locked on and you are watching our program, we request you all to join with us. Call us. The number is 740-3347. That's the number that you can reach us. Or you can text myself, Prem. You can give us text on our phone, because we got to realize If we tell you all don't text, you all still texting. So we're asking you all, we decided that you can text our phone numbers and you all have it. We're not going to put it on the airwaves. And you can tell us, what it is that really and truly is taking place in your neck of the woods, all right? So again, we have a lot of information that we want to share with you all. And one of those prevalent, yes. So again, as we begin our program here today, I just want to take this opportunity on behalf of Sentinel Media Broadcasting and Hardfacts, myself, Mr. Premchand Baldev, to express our deepest condolences to Councillor Sundar Juku. His mom passed away. At this present time, the funeral service is taking place. And we are here in our program, Hardfacts. We'd like to express our deepest sympathies to the entire family. And again, may God Almighty assist in whatever way that is necessary to bring relief to the entire family. Prem?
Thank you very much, Imam. Assalamu alaikum, namaste, and a pleasant good afternoon to all our viewers, to all our callers, to all our well-wishers, and to haters also. Our program Hard Facts on Sentinel Media Broadcasting is viewed live on TikTok, on YouTube, on Firestick, and on Facebook. So once again, a very pleasant welcome to each and every one. Imam, we have a very, how should I put it, tough, compact program today, all right? And we would like to begin with, in fact, Imam, I would like to begin with an experience our program director had at the new facility, health facility in Shogunas, all right?
Yeah.
And our director is right here and studio with us. He said, on Saturday, which was this Saturday gone, I went to the new Shogunas health facility in Ramsaran Street. My experience left me spellbounded, shocked. It is the first time in a long time that I can proudly say I am impressed of the services at the health center in Shogunas. As I walked in and registered, I waited only 5 minutes to go to the triage, which is that area for testing, pressure testing and blood testing, whatever have you. I was assessed and was told to have a seat and wait for the doctor. In no less than 5 minutes, I was called, had an X-ray and ECG done immediately in the X-ray room, in 5 minutes, all right? He then called me back and gave me a rundown, and he was very polite. The whole staff was very polite and answered all my questions and all my concerns. I was discharged. Altogether, it probably took an hour or so.
Prem, just now. Are you sure that the director went to the health facility at the Ramsaran Street?
Yes, yes. He said to me the new facility.
That has me in, while you were reading out, that a report, if you want to put it like that.
It is, yeah.
And I am spellbound. Eh?
I am also, and I am happy.
And I want to, if that is the case, and I don't think the director is going to fib or lie, I want to say hats off to those persons, those individuals that has been really and truly tirelessly working to get the health service, again, in working order. Yeah. That is how it's supposed to be all
throughout the country.
Long.
Now, Imam, last week I told you my son was sick, right? And he ended up in Mount Hope and whatnot, right? The director kind of scolded me a little bit. He said, but Prem, you paid your whole health surcharge while you were working. Whenever your family members are ill, take them to the Shogunas new health facility. The service is par excellence, right? And we here in Sentinel Media would like to say hats off to the management and the team of doctors and employees there, right, for delivering such wonderful, service to our people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so kudos to the Shogunas health facilities, and again, by extension, to the Minister of Health, right, Mr. Terence Dial Singh. And this is what we are all about on our program. We have said this over and over. If you all do the right thing, if you all do things that will impress people, that will create, that sort of peace and tranquility in the minds of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, we have no reservation.
Correct.
In highlighting, highlighting what you all are doing. And as Prem have mentioned, I want to take the opportunity now to highlight Councillor Adrian Ali.
Okay.
And basically, it seems as though, Prem, I know for a fact that you have been lamenting and saying that he's not coming. I think one of these good days, myself and yourself, maybe we could go and give him a visit, identify the 10 or 12 holes, and if he can fix 2 a week,
we will be happy. We will be happy.
we will be happy. Now, we have some videos here. This is in the area of Caroni Savannah Road. That is on the perimeter or the burgess of Councillor Adrian Ali. And as you can see, they are doing remedial work on the Caroni Savannah Road, fixing and trying to alleviate some of the potholes that is there. So again, Councillor Adrian Ali, hats off to you. Please do not let it be your last. Continue doing your effort and let your work spread all the way around, because I tell you something, even so much so, that Bridal Road bridge that is dire need of repairs, you could assist in whatever way, especially when it comes to assisting the householders and the residents of that area. Okay, so hats off again to Councillor Adrian Ali, the councillor for Charlieville, Ashraf Road, and that vicinity there. Continue your good work, my friend. All right, so again, as we continue our program, those of you who have been waking up early in the morning, as myself and Prem will go and jog, I will go to the mosque. And my friends, this morning we saw something that was a bit strange. The atmosphere outside was really and truly foggish, smoky, very foggish and smoky, and it carried a kind of poisonous odor, right? Now, by 9 o'clock, so everything blew away. But if anybody have information that can be shared pertaining to that massive fog and that odor,
toxic scent, yes,
that came out of that fog, maybe you can call us and tell us where it emanates, where it emanated from, and maybe we could highlight it. Or if you have photos, maybe you can think, because I am hearing people speculating. They were saying that it is the vehicles that got burned at the licensing office. Yeah. Some of the other people are saying that the roll-on, roll-off company that is located in Kunopia there, and they had a big fire, some warehouse burned down. But I tell you something, for that fumes to reach all the way down in Felicity and environs there, this morning, it had to be a massive, massive fire. So if anybody have any information pertaining to that, please share some light on it. The number is 740-3347. As we continue our program, Prem.
Yeah. Imam, just to add to that, what you just mentioned here, right? I hope and I trust and pray it is not a leakage from any, hazardous gas line.
Or like what transpired in Bhopal in 1994.
Right, we hope it's not that. Right. So the relevant authorities should investigate and give a report to the nation, right?
Make a statement on it.
Now, Imam, concerning the fire at the Caroni licensing office, Director, we have a short video there on that. All right, approximately 14 vehicles were damaged or destroyed in that fire. The fire occurred around 2 to 3 in the morning, Imam. The officer on duty, he stated that he heard a loud explosion and then the fire came. All right, and these vehicles, were set on fire. So, and these vehicles were impounded. They were vehicles that investigations were being conducted, right? Probably court matters were pending on these vehicles. Some of these vehicles were involved in accidents and deaths and that sort of thing.
Right.
Where insurance purposes, insurance is
we have that video, Director?
It's the last one I sent.
Okay, we try to pull that video because that is something that people would like to see.
Yeah.
Because that is relevant news that really and truly it catches the attention of John public. So those of you who are locked on, my friends, we have started our program here approximately 7 months ago. And really and truly, we have a good following. And those of you who are locked on and you would like to be part and parcel of our show, whether it be hosting a program, whether it be a guest on our program, whether it be just identifying some of the situations or a voluntary reporter for our program, feel free to call us. Feel free to call us so that we can incorporate you in our program, and even so much so highlight some of the good works that you are doing on a daily basis. All right? So again, my friends, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back...
Imam, before you go on the break, right? As we are on the licensing topic, all right? Some callers, I saw the message there. They said that they have applied in writing for
we have the video on.
All right.
Yeah, that's the fire there.
This is the fire at Caroni Licensing, where approximately 14 vehicles were destroyed. We cannot say how the fire started, but the security of the officer on duty said he heard a loud explosion and then the fire erupted. So, Imam, that has to be investigated.
Yeah,
right?
that is something.
Because that is millions of dollars in worth gone there.
That is criminal.
Yeah, and then it's a breach of security also.
Yeah.
Right? Right, so a few of our callers stated that they have applied to the Commissioner of Transport, approximately a year and a half now, for transfer of vehicle from one name to another in writing, and they have not received any correspondence or any appointment date, right? So this is something the Commissioner of Transport, sir, you need to have your staff look into this, and at the earliest possible time.
But before we go again, directors hold back that break there a little bit, because again, discussion brings discussion, right? I tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago is a very, very small, unique country, right? And I have told this over and over and over. If you are immigration and you have to renew passports, right, you would know exactly every single day of the year how much you renew. Yeah. If you renew 50 or 100 or 200 per day, or even 500 per day, know for a fact that in that expiry date time, which would be 5 years, which would be 3 years, you could sit down, any accountant could sit down and break it down and give you some sort of isometrics where and when your next date would be. And so much so, you have to give an option date. You could do that. Because I tell you something, we do not know when somebody's going to die. We do not know when somebody's going to get in an accident. We do not know when somebody's going to be robbed or somebody's going to be brutalized in this country. No one knows. So don't come and tell me because you missed the date, right? You know something? You ought to wait another 6 months. No, that is unacceptable. And that is what we have been lamenting, and that is what we have been saying. We want to be, we want to be a country that is productive. We want to be a country that is moving ahead according to time, right? And here it is, what we are seeing here is back a damn thing. We're seeing things going back.
Well, we need to be more proactive in our approach. Now, Imam, you raise a good point. I know the break is pending, all right?
Yeah.
In a like manner, in a like fashion, so to speak, right? If someone has an eye appointment at the hospital and you miss that date, you get that next 2 years, eh?
Kobo, he just
Kobo, let us go for a break.
Okay, let's take a break. Kobo, he just somewhere there. Let's take a break, my friends, and when we come back, a word from our sponsors, and when we come back, feel free. 740-3347.
So welcome back friends to our program Hardfacts on Sentinel Media Live Broadcasting. In the studio is the Managing Director and the CEO of this station, Imam Rashid Karim. Very, very busy individual, Minister of Religion. Imam, how you make out with that tense schedule. How you do that? You're a businessman downstairs. You have about 18 workers to supervise. You have a station to run. You have information coming in. You have lawyers to deal with.
Yeah. The important thing is
And profit and loss to deal with.
Yeah, and then we have to deal with the miscreants. But what I'm saying, my friend, when you as an individual love your job, you perform better, number one, right? And then again, you are able to handle the pressure, whether it comes from internal or external features, you could be able. So my advice to anybody who have a busy schedule like myself, learn to love what you are doing. I love to be in the masjid. I love to be in politics. I love to be, when it comes to activism in my community, I love to be there. I love to be highlighting issues. Like I said before, we are here not to bash anybody. In the initial, we have been doing that because you all are, you are unworthy of holding the positions that you are holding at this present time. But now, basically, we are seeing that it seems as though you all needed a jump start. You needed somebody like us or people like us so that we can be able to agitate situations, and then and only then you are going to fulfill the mandate. For example, we have been saying this over and over. If you are doing things good, we're going to highlight it. And if you're not performing, remember you are collecting salaries from the government of the day, which is paid by the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. So we are here as patriotic citizens highlighting issues. That's all. We don't hate you. We tell you that over and over. We don't hate the councillors. We don't hate the political leader. We don't hate the MPs. But again, you are collecting exorbitant salaries when it comes to MPs. You are members of parliament and you all are fighting within the home circle, in other words. You all are fighting. We're seeing that. We're seeing it from the ground floor. And if you continue fighting like this, what is going to happen? UNC, again, going to remain in opposition. The 19 or 18 MPs going to benefit with the changing of a few. And again, my friends, we, the citizens of this country, are going to be brutalized, raped, violated, murdered, and nobody's going to defend us. Right? So don't feel that we're here because we don't like you. I love Kamla. Right? I love Munilal. I love Dr. Kit Rowley. I love, as a matter of fact, I love all the politicians. Because you know why? You are Trinidadians. You are supposed to be working for us. You are our employees. Already remember that you did the interview, you passed the interview, and you got the jobs. You got the job. But when it comes to fulfilling the job specs,
that's where we come in.
That is where we here.
Just to remind you.
Yeah, we are here.
We might be harsh at times, Imam.
Yeah.
Right? We might be harsh at times
So
in front of the camera
if
here.
we come here and we criticize Imbert, or we criticize Dr. Kit Rowley, or we criticize Fitzgerald Hines, we hate you all. We don't hate you. We're just telling you, we're just defending our turf. We're defending our property. We're defending the property of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. That is what we are doing. We are highlighting your anomalies, not to bring you down. You are doing a good job with that. You already done a good job with that.
Yeah.
We don't have to bring you down. If you're not performing in your position, you have already done a good job at bringing yourself down, because if people are lamenting on your performance, it clearly indicates that we don't have to come here in this show. We come here in this show really and truly trying to motivate you and trying to assist you in your performance, whether it be nil or whether you are trying to do better. We are here to support you.
And also, to bring to your attention MPs, right? The concerns of the people who cannot see you and cannot get to meet you.
Yeah, we have been lamenting, we have been saying this over, and we're going to continue saying this. And I always say this, whether you like me or you like Prem or you hate us, that's not our problem. Because I tell you something, this is not a political football that we have in this country. That you have a ball and you playing politics with football, you playing football with the politics of Trinidad and Tobago. You can't do that.
And you know something, Imam? Our Saturday program gone, the last program we had here, right? I received hundreds of calls in support of Sentinel Media, Hardfacts, right? The manner in which the program was conducted, and the people most calling were those that were affected by Bridal Bridge area, and other callers from throughout the country. You understand?
So
because whether the UNC has internal wranglings or not, right? You have to perform. Your pay is not affected.
Exactly.
Your responsibilities does not deviate from you.
And
you have to fulfill it.
And we have been saying this over and over and over. You all are going to you all are going to cabinet, right? You are going to parliament. And when you go there, you are going there wasting John public time, because basically there is nothing that you all can debate can really and truly bring relevance to the debate itself. Because again, when you look at the voting pattern, yea and nay, you're going to realize you would be outvoted. So why it is that you cannot listen to people like myself and Premchand Baliu, why can't you listen to us and start creating your own community parliament? We have created it. We have done that. This program here is your community parliament, where we highlight relevant issues, where people have a voice, call us and tell us.
And you know what, Imam? There is no Speaker of the House to shut us up here.
Yeah, and our problem is this. If you all, as I said before, if you want to call us and criticize us, we don't have a problem. But make sure when you criticize us, make sure that your back is strong enough to take back the criticism that we're going to give you. Because many of you have been trying in the past, really and truly, to damage the credential of our program, but it is not going to happen. Because I tell you something, we are protected. We are protected because we are speaking the truth. And the truth will always defend you. So again, my friends, I want to tell you all something. Trinidad and Tobago, a situation brewed up, and the media, they brought it up on Sunday, where 6 police officers were freed of murder. Right? Now again, I don't want to go into that, because I tell you something, I am telling you what is happening in this country, Trinidad and Tobago. They're supposed to be really and truly following that case and find out where there was lack of evidence to prove, because the court, you know something, people don't know this, huh? People don't know this. The law is blind. The law is blind. That is the reason why we hire lawyers now to bring foresight, to bring sight to our plight and our cases, so that the public, and when the ruling comes, when the judgment comes, it would be either for or against defendant or persons who have been persecuted. Right? This is what we have been saying. Now that is something that when we see things like that happening, and we see the mother lamenting, I mean, it is emotional. It is emotional, right? And I tell you something again, I believe reasons supposed to be given outside there, there was lack of evidence or something like that, hence the reason those officers were freed, right? So that is something. Again, as we move on, we're moving on to crime. Crime is really and truly prim. Tell us what you have on crime there.
Well, Imam, presently, recorded, the number is 520 recorded. 520.
Just now, stop there now. Just stop for one moment.
I know you're going to do your forensic audit on that number. I know that.
Because my forensic audit is telling you, right? Now listen carefully. I don't think the guy who was shot in Mova, the Mova shooting. We have that, director? We have that? Pull it up, please. Right. Now we have a guy here. We have a guy who was shot in Mova, right? And he had died in hospital. So that's one, right? Mova shooting victim dies at hospital. I do not know if that has been added to your 520.
I cannot say.
Right.
I cannot say.
But
this figure I have is yesterday's.
Yeah, we're moving on again. Man shot in La Hoqueta. Man shot in La Hoqueta. That is a 26-year-old man was shot dead in La Hoqueta. Chances are that is not added to the statistics that you have quoted. Let's move on again. A body was found floating at the waterfront.
Definitely that would not be here.
Right. Watch it again. Body found floating near waterfront. So we're talking about 3. Now, when you look at body found here, cops shot cutlass wielding welding man, right? That is 4. So again, my friends, you and I really and truly, when we look at the statistics, right? Because that floating body there, they will have to do forensic to find out whether it was a normal natural drowning or maybe a homicide, right? So a lot of things is happening. We're looking at 520. And let me tell you all something, my friends. We still have 4 days in this month, and we have 31 days. So we're talking about 35 days. And the average statistics of murder rate in this country is an average of 2 or 3. And you know, sometimes in the latter period of December, you find the dying in groups. People are being killed in groups. So we're talking about, if we are very honest and genuine with the natural statistics of our daily murder rate in Trinidad and Tobago, we are going to go to 600 plus.
And Imam, this is not something we come here and feel happy to announce, you know. Sometimes I walk into the studio, Imam, you would not believe me. And, you know, when I look at the figures and whatnot, it put me in a cloudy kind of mode. You understand? It's not good information. Where's that?
Read that from
okay, from Jaiwanti Hussain. Is it Lilawanti Hussain?
No, Jaiwanti.
Jaiwanti, yeah. What about when old people have weak bladder facing that 3 hours morning traffic? Did you see the article where tax tax sharers say no property tax until 2025. People really have short memory. Okay.
All right, thank you, Jaiwanti. Again,
Yeah.
we have a lot of people who normally follows us, and they give us a lot of information. That is one of our persons here, one of our individuals. We have another person by the name of Srimati Maraj. We have other people who have been really and truly sending information. Damian Lopez, Zora Karim, Ansar. I gave Ansar a project to do. Maybe he have done it, and maybe he will facilitate me. Because we asked pertaining to that power outage, how many areas really and truly was affected. And basically, I think I just want to say hats off to TNTech. Right?
Yes, yes.
I want to say hats off to TNTech. Because I tell you all again, we are here not only to criticize people. We are here to highlight whether you are doing things good.
Director, you have the clip on the power outage?
Yes, and I want to say hats off to TNTech. If that remedial work that you were supposed to be doing on Saturday until Sunday morning was done, you did a tremendous good job, and we want to say hats off to you all from Sentinel Media and our program, Hardfacts.
Now, Imam, there was a video circulating that the transition or the switch from TNTech to TGU will take place at 9:30. All right? I switched off all my appliances except the fan and one light in the house.
Right.
And I waited. I did not see any dip. Nothing, nothing out of the extraordinary. And we had a smooth transition and current through the whole night. Now, there were other parts. Did Felicity have current?
Felicity was okay.
Okay, right?
Yeah,
There were other parts of the country, such as Pinal, Barakpo, Monroe Road, Konopia area. They reported that they had some hours of outages.
And what happened also, I mean, a thorough investigation is being done. I tell you something. The Charlieville current outage was, it was highlighted here that it was due to a fallen branch.
So no fault of TNTech?
No.
Right,
So basically TNTech, if you have done your job properly, whether it be corrective work on the different plants, we want to say a special thank you. Continue your good work, and maybe if you could try your very, very best to see how the price of electricity could go a little bit down, right? Because people really and truly are reeling in from the hardship that is being placed upon the shoulders. Hey, let me tell you something. Trinidad and Tobago, the government of the day, right? You all are making it really and truly easy for the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Because you know why? You are not rebelling. You are not standing against their policies. If they say bullful, you ask the question, when we get in milk. That is the attitude of many of us today. We need to stand up. We need to stand up. We need to really and truly get our act together when things happen, right? It is not only you. If many of the people, right, who stay quiet, they could pay it. They could pay the TNTech bill. They could do this. They could do that. They could afford a security. They could, hire, they have guns and all these things. But what about the people, my friends, who cannot afford it? What you are doing really and truly is you are creating criminals in your own communities. Because if you are remaining silent because you have a son, a doctor, you have your family members who are high-profile people, and you all are living you are living comfortable. Think about those people who are living in the rural areas and they can't afford. Think about them. And this is the reason why, this is the reason why crime is spreading. Because if you allow people to go hungry when you could afford to help them, right? You could afford to help them so that they wouldn't look to break in your house and come and steal from you. That's the point I'm making here today. So we have been making since COVID, right? Since 2019 to now, that is 5 years, we gave the PNM government this slide through with their budgets and all these things, and their non-performance.
With little or no resistance, eh?
Nothing for that.
From the people or the opposition?
From 2019 to now, they had a genuine excuse, COVID. But again, we don't have COVID now, right? And why it is that we are seeing the same initiatives that were supposed to be implemented before the COVID, during the COVID period, why it is that we are not seeing those things happening at this present time? Why it is that the people of this country have to continue suffering under the hands of malproductivity, because people are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So again, my friends, those of you who are locked on, call us 740-3347. The residents of Bridal Road, are you going to stay silent Are you going to take that cock and bull story that Wassa had to do this and Wassa had to do that? You know, if it is in some way in the East-West corridor or somewhere where the people are aggressive and standing up for their rights, you know that is going to be fixed. But when we look at
that would have been fixed during the weekend.
When we look at the protest, we see some people who are there. We see one schoolgirl, and we see a few elderly people. And the real people, the passerby, and the people who use that as their thoroughfare to really and truly get away from traffic, they didn't even show up. They didn't say anything. They didn't come out. And that is going to, I am telling you, the rate we going, that is going to be fixed maybe after Carnival.
Yeah, but Imam, from information reaching the office of Sentinel Media Broadcasting, the people in that area are not going to sit by, you know. They are going to step up, ramp up the protest.
Yeah, well, they have to do that.
In a week, time, because the MP for the area gave them the assurance that today, Monday, which is today, right, officials from Wassa would be there to do the piping or whatever, I don't know. You understand?
Right. What I would request, I would try to send a crew there. I'll try to send a crew there to really and truly, that is tomorrow, you all will take a crew and go across there and see if there's any increase in production or
any work at all begin.
Or if it's the same old. And hey, let's beat that horse until the residents of Bridal Road really and truly get some redress. What do you think about that, Prem?
We will.
Right, Director,
right?
that is our assignment for you for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Go across there and do some interviews. Do some interviews with the passerby and ask them questions like, you know, what is the effect of this road being closed? And make a block come through by in their food place there and come through down in the back, because that was an easy shortcut to come to the mosque, temple, school, head to the highway, to the jobs, interview people on the street, passerby, and let the public of Trinidad and Tobago know that is a serious thoroughfare. That is a major thoroughfare that takes thousands and thousands. Director, you have the video
with the cars passing.
Yes. With the quantity of vehicle passing there. I want John Public to know that. I want the Minister of Works to know that. I want the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, our beloved Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. Watch and see what is happening. Look at the volume. Look at the volume of vehicles that use that road. That is not two vehicles. That is a major thoroughfare taking thousands of vehicles off the Endeavour Road, off the highway, and bringing them straight down to the corner. This guy couldn't even wait.
Exactly.
I don't give him wrong. You had to wait till 150 vehicles. That's maybe 20, 30 minutes, and nobody's giving him any chance. Imagine that he has to reverse back there and spin around.
Right? So Imam, the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer of Wassa, seeing this video, seeing the protest that was made, what is he doing about it? CEO, get up, man. Just one phone call. Let the engineers go and cut the mains and fix and weld and organize the people bridge, CEO. The contractor is waiting on your Wassa people to do that.
And if you all go down there tomorrow, see if you could find out. See if you all could find out who is the contractor there, and maybe we could call him live on this program for our Wednesday program, and let the public of Trinidad and Tobago know what is the hindrance and what is the keep back. Because I tell you something, there are certain areas that gets preferential treatment. We're not saying the government discriminated. We are saying that when you have people who are acting and really and truly active in their communities, especially the residents who is being affected, bring out people placard. You don't really have to remain there alone. You have to go on the Kunupia Road. Don't do no protest by that bridge because nobody come in there.
Nothing passing.
Nothing passing there. You need to go on the Kunupia main road. You need to go there and highlight your situation, because that is where the people, it will have the best effect on the public, and number two, on those people who feel that we in Trinidad and Tobago dotish, and everything we want to do, if we don't protest aggressively, we're not going to get it.
Imam, I have a very difficult, hard question for you.
Ask it.
Right?
Ask it.
And you may or may not be able to answer, or you may or may not want to answer.
Go ahead.
Here the question. Why is it, unless a protest action takes place, then you see or hear the voice of the MP of the area? Why is it? And they are fully aware that that bridge was down since COVID.
Right.
You understand? I mean, it's strange.
Prem, I will tell you all something here.
It's strange.
Trinidad and Tobago, listen to Imam Rashid currently.
My question was a good question?
Very good question. Let me answer that question. Now, you all, those of you in the bottom floor, that is the residents of the country, you all do not know privately what takes place in Parliament. when men would sit down for their breakfasts and their lunches and their dinners, right? And they will sit and eat. And even so much so, members on the different side will come in another man plate
and share, yes,
take a piece and eat, and they do
they're the best of friends.
They do that.
Yeah.
They do that. The point I'm making is this, right? If you are the minister of maybe, let me look at works and transport, right? Sometimes because of our good communication in chambers, we don't want to ruffle the feathers and we don't want to make that person look bad. So what we do, we contain the situation and we try to make it in such a way that, we getting things done. But again, the only way there, the opposition and the government at points here, they should agree on things that will bring betterment to the country, right? And they should disagree with things that is taking away the peace and the sanity of the residents of the country. That is what, so I answer your question if you didn't hear it. The answer to your question is, when the MPs, right, that is the member of parliament, or who are the opposition, and the ministers are cohorts and friends, you expect them to go and mash and trample on the toes of the ministers? They're not going to do that.
Well, then the MP for the area, the affected area, has to take the blows.
Exactly. Look, Ansar, salams and good day to all. Imam, what is your opinion on the guard boot? And do you think
all communities should take a stand and do just so?
All right. Now, that's a good question. That's a good question, right? Now, the thing about it, right, is that what is the purpose of the guard boot? That's the first question. Mm-hmm. And if the purpose of the guard boot may be to take down the numbers and to highlight and to record who come in for persons looking like bandits or people coming in, and if it is for monitoring purposes, I don't have a problem. But again, you can't have a security guard stopping public transport on the main road and asking them to identify themselves and so forth, because we started that in our area and we get blows. Mm-hmm. Because people, and who didn't give you the blows? The same residents give us the blows, because you know why? When we stop a vehicle and we look into the passenger side and we see the passenger is of a different país, a different country, mm-hmm. and we highlight it and say, hey, they didn't want to stop because the passenger is not legitimate passenger that is individually connected with the persons. So these are things that have to be done, really. Actually,
I understand what you're saying.
You understand?
It could be an illegal immigrant in the vehicle, eh?
Right. So we have to be very, very careful now. Again, I in support of that. Once the residence is in support of it, and it does not break or breach the legitimate law of the country.
Yeah, but Imam, you remember earlier this year, the Commissioner of Police said that if you have cash to deposit or you're going to the bank, hire your security.
Yes.
So these people are hiring their own security to protect their village, to protect their businesses in the area.
Point well taken.
Right? And we know they have been in dialogue with lawyers.
Right.
Right? So they would have their portfolio cut out, so to speak.
Right. So again, as I said before, if that could be a test piece, right? That could be a test piece. We could wait and see the progress of it, whether it is positive, whether it is mm-hmm. negative. Because again, I tell you something, the persons who are in the guard boot now could be a target.
Of course,
They
yes.
could be a target too, because again, if bandits come in, right? If bandits come in after you, or they come in to rob you, that is the first place that they're going to take out. And that is the place that they would feel that they are threatened by that.
But then, Imam, everywhere there are armed security officers on duty. These people are not going to put civilians there.
No, what they're supposed to be doing too, and I think that is happening already, right? So I don't want nobody to go in the station and start a lambaste and quarrel with me and say this and that, and I Uma UNC, and I know Uma UNC and I nothing like that. What I'm saying here is, right? You all are trying to bring some relief with the criminal elements and crime in your area, mm-hmm. and we are supporting you.
That's it.
We are supporting you, Ansar. We are supporting the gentleman. But again, we are not supporting something that is in breach of the law of Trinidad and Tobago.
Well said.
Right? Mm-hmm. If it is applicable, and maybe the the relevant communique has been sent out and the relevant approvals and so forth has been given, we are in support of it. And we'll continue to support it. We are here in this station, my friends, not to bring down anybody, not to highlight the anomalies of anybody. Because I tell you something, many times, we are here sitting, but you outside there who are listening, you are better than us. You have better characteristic than us. Your character are better than us. We are men of the cloth, yes, but sometimes we make mistakes, we make errors. We are businessmen, we make errors. And we have to understand that nobody is perfect. And we are not here coming to show you that we are the most righteous of righteousness. No, we are not that. We are here highlighting situation as the
Ansar
has sent out that. We are saying this over and over. And if that work, that could be something that could be initiated. Because we started that in Felicity, as I said before, we started that in Felicity a while back, where we put barricade and we were doing things again, and the people who oppressed us was the residents themselves. They said how you all blocking and you all macking who we bringing in our house and who we taking out in the evening. Hey, that wasn't the plan. The plan is to ensure that during this period of time, from 6 to 6 in the morning, 6 in the afternoon to 6 in the morning, our area is locked down. And again, we communicated with the police, with relevant agencies.
Well, Imam, the residents are adamant that they are going on with their project and they are going to implement the checks of whatever coming into the village, and we will wait and see what happens.
Right, again, another thing, I have another plan. Right, I have another plan, and this is how how I do forensic, right? Like, for example, in our community, that is the community, there is 4 entry and exit. 4 major entry and exit.
In Felicity?
In Felicity, yeah. 4 major entry and exit. And even up to last week, I was thinking about, setting up cameras, because we can't depend on the government of Trinidad and Tobago to protect the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. All they could do is manage crime. They cannot prevent crime, and we have seen that. Because if the murder rate last year was 550, let me be sensible. 550, 560, right? And we have already reached 520, and we have 35 days left in the peak period of this year, right? We are talking about 600 plus. So it clearly indicates that they're not even managing crime. They are trying to manage crime.
Attempt to manage.
They're attempting to manage. And you know something? This is going to be a ballpark figure to defend for next year.
Yeah.
And say, you know something, if they get 650,
we get
say, well,
649 this year.
This murder rate this year was less. And that is how they speculate, and that is how they bring about comfort and peace to their non-performance.
Yeah, that's a
and we have been saying this, my friends. We have been saying this all the time on our program. And some of you, I know for a fact that you are scared out of your wits to come out and even say anything. Because you know, people watching you and people hearing you and this kind of thing. You have to stop that, because I tell you something. We are living in this world. This world is a temporary life, right? And we're not going to come back here. When you die, you're not going to come back here to make apologies for nobody. So better you make apologies now. Better you stand up for what is right today, and you implement what is right today, whether it be for or whether it be against you, right? So we're going to take a short break, yeah. And when we come back, my friends, we're asking you all, is Trinidad and Tobago a place that is really and truly functioning to your appetite? Is it functioning? Are you happy with the relevancies of the government and the opposition? Are you really truly happy with their performance? And if not, hey, hear what? Just dial 740-3347 and let's have a chat. A word from our sponsor director.
Wall ceiling experts today. Quality materials, free estimates, affordable prices, professional installation, reliable and efficient service with over 20 years experience. We can build any design given to us. Quality over quantity. Lowest prices in Trinidad, so book us today.
So welcome back, friends, to our program Hardfacts on Sentinel Media Live Broadcasting. Imam, so far we have done a lot of justice to this program and to issues that that was affecting our country and our people. Now, there is a fake video circulating about the passing away of the president of Guyana, Dr. Irfan. And Imam, I know you would like to say a few words on that.
No, I'll tell you something. This morning, I was in my business place, and a Guyanese gentleman came, and he said, your brother passed away. So I said, my brother passed away? What? And then he said, the president, Irfan Ali, passed away. So immediately I went on Facebook, and I started Googling, and I realized that this guy, he got some fraudulent information, and he said he heard it on the radio. It was Dr. Irfan expressing his condolences
To another doctor.
Another doctor.
The passing
who
of
passed
another
away,
doctor,
right?
yes.
So this is why sometimes, you need to really and truly
Verify your source of
verify
information.
when you hear something, right? You don't really go and broadcast it immediately. What you need to do is verify, ascertain the truth, and then you go outside there, because I tell you something, at this point in time, when we look at the performance, because people were saying to me that the president of Guyana, they were just saying this, and they were just really and truly blowing his horn, which is the truth, right? When was the last time that our prime minister or the president of our country went down to Tetron and had a lunch with the soldiers
And spend a night.
and the army and the Coast Guard and the police? When was the last time? And they are showing you that this man, he's sitting and eating there, and he's being vigilant with them. Again, we saw this, and I've been seeing this on a regular basis, that when there is a big project going on, when there's big projects that is going on, normally Dr. Irfan would maybe take 2 officers or 3 officers, and he will go and visit, and ensure with the relevant engineers and so forth that the work is really and truly according to the specs. Do we see that in Trinidad and Tobago, or is the minister of the different relevant ministries, are they too engulfed in parliament debating fictional issues, because those things are not going to be manifested? Many of those things that nights and days are spent in parliament really and truly is fictional. It don't really manifest. It remains there. It is catalogued, and it is there. You look at it. So my friends, those of you who are locked on, we want to say a special thank you to the persons who are on TikTok live at this point in time. And we can't call in because we have about 95 or 85 people at this point live on TikTok. To get 85 attention on a program like this, midday program, really and truly, it takes some doing. And when we look at Facebook, we have 85, 95 again. So it takes some doing that either our program is interesting to those people, and they are satisfied with our representation here. And we are asking again, my friends, that those of you who have information, please share it with us. We want to come here. We don't want to always be adamant with things. We want to come up here and really and truly highlight good issues, things that is really helping the nation as a nation builder. What can we do? People can identify what can we do. I said this again, and I brought it up to him, and maybe you can endorse it with me. Right? When we look at the guy who brought up the property tax stuff, right? A lot of people, listen carefully, at Trinidad and Tobago, right? Bank employee killed in Pity Valley home invasion. That's a young gentleman.
And that's another statistic.
And that is another statistics. And we do not know when that happened today. So we don't know if that has been added to the 520 thus far. So again, Trinidad and Tobago, we are reeling a very high crime rate. And I said before, the minister of National Security, the Commissioner of Police, and the Prime Minister.
And there's a home invasion. You have been really talking about that.
Those three people, right? Listen carefully. I don't want to see junior officers. I don't want to see those people who are incapable of addressing issues. I would like to see our Prime Minister in the center chair. I would like to see the Commissioner of Police at the left-hand side. I would like to see the National Security Minister on the right-hand side. And I want the media houses not to be muzzled. Call all the media houses, not only user-friendly media houses. Give permission and give them a time frame, maybe 2 questions, and deal with about 15 or 20 relevant questions, right? And let John public know, let the people of Trinidad and Tobago knows what is coming from this government, this regime. Because we don't hear from the Prime Minister. We don't hear from the National Security Minister. We don't hear from the Commissioner of Police. We don't hear from you all as a collective body. We hear individualism, and I sure that had to pass through. That had to pass through a circle, and then that had to be endorsed, and then had to be initial, and then that information is going to be shared to the press. We want to hear freelance thing, just like how Colin Imbert, he went on he sat down in a big, how you call it, a singasang.
Honored seat.
An honored seat. He went and sit there, and he spread out his hand, and he opened his thing so, and he laughed, giggly, and I raised the price of this, and I did this, and they are riot yet. Oh God, my people of Trinidad and Tobago, when is it that you're going to stand up for justice? Huh? When is it you're going to stand up for justice? Primrida.
In a DJS news update in relation to the fire that destroyed 15 cars and 1 motorcycle at the Caroni Licensing Office compound on Saturday morning, reliable sources informed DJ News that around 3:30 a.m., 2 men in dark clothing and hoodies exited a car that was on the roadway and entered the secured premises by jumping over the fence. They were then seen placing something under a wagon with a sunroof. They then poured a liquid substance on the wagon and lit it. They then escaped in the waiting vehicles. Now, Imam, somebody's trying to hide evidence pertaining to one of those vehicles.
Exactly. So investigation will be done again, and then cases will be dismissed. Bottom line, cases are going to be dismissed. Because normally when you see what is taking place in this country, you know, when a witness is there and you're going to see that a witness is executed, that means to say that the case will be terminated and,
closed,
and people will be free. Bottom line. Right? So again, my friends, I don't want to dive too much in that. I don't want to dwell too much in that, because I don't see any justification in that. I want to talk about issues that is affecting the living citizens of this country. And we are challenged, we are faced with many, many different things, and we have been asking you, our loyal viewers, our loyal listeners, to join our program, be part of our investigative team, be part of this movement that we have started, and where we are going to put some fire under the heels of the ministers of government and also the opposition MPs, so that they can be able to really and truly facilitate the wishes of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. So my friends, we're taking our final break, and when we come back, we're going to close up our program. Again, those of you who have that kindling desire to call us, feel free, call us at 740-3347.
Call ceiling experts today. Quality materials, free estimates, affordable prices, professional installation, reliable and efficient service with over 20 years experience. We can build any design given to us. Quality over quantity. Lowest prices in Trinidad, so book us today.
Yeah, Trinidad, your favorite Hardware Island Express. So we have a massive sale going on the toilet sets and the face basins. You're getting the toilet set for $5.95 and you're getting the face basin for $2.99. Right, we just got our shipment today, so come on down to Rashid Avenue, Kakandi Road, Felicity, Chicago.
So my friends, welcome back. We are on the final leg of our program today. And you know, Imam, I just want to bring this to your attention, right? While coming to the studio, I happened to pass through Shogunas. And you know, it is so sad to see children, school age, all right? And they are begging. They are begging for money. And most of it, when you ask them, why are you out here in the street? You know, uncle, we have nothing to eat. Mommy's sick, or daddy's sick, or daddy in jail, or whatever the case is. And you know, it arouses that milk of human sympathy in you, and you are forced to stretch and you know give them something. And this is Christmas season, right? This is Christmas season, right? What's that? Yuletide season, right? Now, again, we have something called the Ministry of Social Development, who's supposed to be looking into these, you know, these street children or street dwellers and that sort of thing, right? You go to the bank, you see them there also, they are begging. On top of that, property tax is knocking on the doors of Trinidad and Tobago. How people going to make out? Eh? And they probably live in a little home and they have to pay. Once you have a home, you have to pay.
I want to say something, right? Now, we are in the year 2024, right? In 1 year time, there's going to be a general election, right? And I think this is my knowledge, this is my game, this is my plan as a MP or as a minister in the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Maybe they would be dancing this around and waiting until after the general election to really and truly implement the property tax. Maybe they're going to give some respite and people are going to be seduced and they're going to say, okay, no problem. And you know what? They're going to wait after the election and they're going to implement again. A certain individual might raise the price of fuel and taxes and all these things, and then you're going to pay. They get 3% in one hand and they take 15% in the other hand. This is how the balance is when it comes to government, right? So my friends, those of you who are locked on, we have been here really and truly having dialogue Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, trying to bring some sanity back to humanity. And what we have done, by the way, is that we have really and truly gotten some loyal people to follow us. And we don't want to mention anything right now because I tell you something, we are going to call these people who are asking to be part and parcel of our program to a meeting. And maybe going to set up a lobby group where they could be, you know, highlighting things that should be highlighted and is not being highlighted by the opposition in Trinidad and Tobago. Right? We are going to set up a strong lobby group with you all, those persons who are following us on our program, Hardfacts. Right? And we're going to implement such certain things that the country can benefit from your representation. We're not going to form a political party, okay? So if you feel that we are forming political party, I don't want no part of that. I don't want no part of politics in this country because I tell you something, politics in this country is a big joke. It's a big joke. Because hear what? They're going to promise you something and they will tell you everything. I tell you something, we bring people in this studio and they promise to fix Greenwich Road and they promise to fix this road and help you with this and plan already drawn and this done already happened and they're only waiting on a sign off. And what happened? We ain't see the smell of a Baba Green machine. We ain't see, I only seen on the highway Baba Green machine going north, and nothing, no Baba Green machine coming central. Right? And I say again, if that is the way we like it, we don't have a problem, we can't fight it, But the people who have been asking to be part of this lobby group, when that call is made, I do hope and pray that you all will be vociferous just like us and try to see how we can bring betterment for the citizenry of this country. Prem?
Imam, before we close, I just want to say something. There are top notches in the United National Congress, people holding top positions, who have asked or they are seeking your permission to come into this program. All right? I can't say when. I don't want to say the names right now.
Anybody willing,
right?
I just letting John public know, any politician, whether it's PNM, whether it's PP, whether it's ILP, whether it's NOPI, whether it's UNC, everybody is welcome in this program. And you don't have to pay, you don't have to give no dachna. You don't have to give any gift. You don't have to give us anything. This is a free for all. If you have a vehicle that is lost and you want to come here and highlight it, or you have a problem that is affecting you and your neighbor, and you could videotape it, and you could come here and show your injustice that is taking place. If you have a case against the police, against the media, against the health authority, and you have facts and you want to come here, feel free to come here. You don't have to pay 1 black cent. And we're going to welcome you. We're going to do the interview with you, and we're going to send it out on the media houses and on Facebook, TikTok, Live, YouTube, and whatever channel that we have access to. We're going to do that for free. We don't want anything from you. All we have asked you thus far on this station is that we want you all to take some ad with us. Right? This is the Christmas season. You want that 2 months ad. All you have to pay is that $1,000. 1 month is $500. And you give us the information, and we're going to build the ad for you, and we're going to promote your business on this program, Hard Facts. Before we close, we have one thing that we forgot to really and truly identify. There was a break-in in the velodrome in Dabadi. Director, you have that? I think the director have it, right? Break-in in vandalism, right, at Dabadi Church, right? A break-in and vandalism at the Dabadi Church. Now, we tell you all, whether it be a mosque, whether it be a temple, whether it be a church, whatever religious institution there is, people have a right to worship who they want to worship, all right? So don't ever feel that you are better than anybody else. I've been saying this over and over. If you are a Muslim, the Quran in chapter 109 tell you that to you your way and to me my way. And Prem, I'm sure that the Bhagavad Gita and the different books that people are reading tell general public, people of different religious persuasion, hey, hear what? You worship what you want to worship, and let me worship what I want to worship. Because there are people who worship in the devil, Prem.
Yeah.
We don't know the devil. Have you seen the devil? You see a drawing of a devil with somebody with a dagger and a tail and 2 horns, and you say that's the devil? Have you ever seen the devil? Huh? But you say the devil because that was instilled and chained up in your mind. That is the resemblance of the devil. Right? Have you seen the devil? No. So again, my friend, people, they use this this imagination of theirs, and they try to contaminate others and always believe that, you know, my religion is the best, and my way of life is the best, and my this is the best. Hey, people, get your act together. Get your act together. This is a life that we are living in, and we have to worship God as we understand Him to worship. And we worship Him as we understand Him in the best of our manners and the best capabilities. Right? That is what we have to do. If you say, Prem, let me give you an example. But you are a good Hindu, right? And you, in your home, your mom is alive. And you treating your mom like a kutta, a dog, right? Do the Hindu faith tell you to do that?
Imam, the Hindu scriptures, and we believe, Tumeva Mata, Chapita Tumeva, that, oh God, oh Supreme, you are my mother. Mata means mother, Chapita Tumeva, you are my father. Tumeva Bandhu, you are my friend. You are my knowledge. You are everything that I seek. Honor thy mother and father, so thy days shall be spent in happiness here and hereafter.
Exactly.
And anytime you go against that, hellfire awaits you.
And again, the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ said, paradise lies
at the feet of mother and father. Yes.
And obedience, the doors of paradise will be swung open for those people who obey their fathers. So you can't tell me you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, you are a Hindu, and you disrespecting the senior citizens in your country. You are a bandit, and you're committing crimes, heinous crimes against people, and you say you are a Christian and you are a Muslim and you are a Hindu. No, you can't be that, my friends. You cannot be that. That is the reason why I tell you all over and over in this program, wars have taken many, many millions of lives. But when you look at the religious wars that has taken place in and around this world, it have taken multiple lives more than life that was taken by arms and ammunition. Religious divide has claimed the lives of more people than the normal civil uprising and war in the world. And that is because everybody feel that they are better than everybody. And my friends, bottom line is, when God Almighty is judging you, He's going to judge you according to your deeds and your actions. All right? So my friends, I want to thank you all very, very much. May God Almighty bless you all. I want to thank Mr. Premchand Balev for always being in full support of me, because look, tomorrow I will be busy. I have work to do down here. Prem will take the team. He will spearhead the team, and he will go and do that investigative work at Bridal Road. There are certain areas that we want to check out, as we tell you all before. We are going to highlight, as I said, if the MPs like this guy, I want to say hats off to Richard Sukhdeo.
The councillor?
Yeah, the councillor for that area. He answered his phone. I'm sure that if we were calling Mayor of Shogunas on this station, we'll never get him. If we will call Adrian Ali on this phone, we'll never get them. When I call Adrian Ali privately, he answers me because he knows my number, right? I've never called him and he never answered. He always answered. Mayor Faik, if I call him now, he will never answer that phone. Right? I want to call, we'll try to call Sundar Juku. We'll try to call, just as a test, the councillors of the area, try to see if we can get them. And we're going to continuously doing that until they answer the phone, because they are working for us. Prem?
So once again, friends, condolences to the family members of Councillor Sundar Joko on the passing of his mom. Today's the funeral.
Yeah,
all right, so do accept our sympathy, my friend, and be strong at this time. So Imam, we have touched a lot today. Okay, fire at the licensing Caroni licensing office, 14 vehicles destroyed. Now we know there are CCTV footage that it was in a criminal act, right? Yeah. And then we had a smooth transition of the TNTech fiasco on Saturday. Not much of a hiccup though. All right. Fake news on the passing of Dr. Irfan. Don't take it on. It's just nonsense. The homicide figure is 520 recorded. Those that were not recorded, it's climbing. Okay, and you know, on Saturday, Imam, the citizens of our country was very, very edgy, you know, with this.
Plenty people.
With this electricity cut and whatnot, they did not know what to expect, right? They were very uncomfortable, right, with such development. But however, TNTech handled it well, and again, hats off to TNTech. Hats off to the doctors, management, and staff of the Shogunas new health center in Ramsaran Street, where our beloved director went there and was treated so kindly and so well. All right. And you know, Imam, I don't know in the Felicity area, but in my area, for Saturday night when we were supposed to have that outage, we saw a lot of police patrols. Right. So hats off to our police, of our hard working.
That's Konopia police station and
yeah,
Shogunas police station.
Yes,
hats
right?
off to these guys.
Hats off to them. And until we meet again,
Adabars,
good office.
Okay, so again, thank you all very, very much, and continue watching our show. Continue furnishing, sending information. The number is 7403347. And again, send information so that we can record and we can bill for our Wednesday show.
So Imam, before we close, you know, earlier this year we highlighted the crimes committed against the Hindu faith.
Yeah.
The places of worship. Now we see it has gone to the church.
Yeah.
All right? So we are here. We ask these people to please debar, stop it. It's not good. It's a place of worship, Imam.
Correct.
All right?
Okay, so until Wednesday, God Almighty bless each and everyone. All right, and we say a special good afternoon to all our loyal listeners in Trinidad and Tobago and worldwide.